gonna get molested. No, fuck that. Fuck that guy. It ought to be a crime. He ain't no friend of mine. Fuck that real piece of work. Rolling and smoking cheap tobacco. He ain't nothing but a loudmouth whacker. Yeah, fuck that guy. Well, it ought to be a crime. He ain't no friend of mine. Fuck that guy. It ought to be a crime. Okay, ladies, it's your turn, ladies. I know somewhere along your short life, there's been some asshole, excuse me, I'm so sorry, Dad. Just go like this for a moment. And Mom, too. Anyway, I know somebody disrespected your body, lady, or your mind, or just gave you no respect of any kind. And you never got a chance to tell them what you really think of them. Well, tonight's your chance. So get down deep and let him know what you really think of him. Okay? Get it out. Here we go. Ladies, it ought to be a crime. He ain't no friend of mine. Fuck that guy! I feel your pain. It ought to be a crime. He ain't no friend of mine. Fuck that guy! Oh yeah. Okay, dudes. It's your turn. That's gonna be hard to beat, but I'm a dude, and I use this phrase at least once or twice, 3 times, 4 times, 10 times a day. There's usually some guy cuts me off in traffic, or some asshole on the TV. I'm not naming no names. So here's your chance, dudes. Dig down deep to that bottom of your belly and let that guy know what you think of him, okay? He's got it coming to him, and you gotta give it to him right now, all right? Yeah, it ought to be a crime. Dudes. Ain't no friend of mine. Fuck that guy.